Yo, what's up my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it again. And we have part 2 of my Road to Masters with Vampires. But before we get onto that, I just want to wish everybody a very good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. I hope all you guys are doing well and that you're all happy. So, very quickly, I'm going to show you the match history because since my last video, unfortunately, I did get pushed back to Diamond 5. So, playing Vampires, it went a little difficult. So, I changed the deck a little bit, but I did get pushed all the way to Diamond 5 again. So, I had to reclimb again from Diamond 5. But here I had like a 5 win streak, and then I lost 2, then I won, lost, win, lost. And then here I just kind of started to feel a little tired and a little burnt, so I kind of stopped. So unfortunately this season I'm not gonna make it to Masters with Vampires just because it was very draining, a lot of hard work. But nevertheless, I feel like this was a great accomplishment to get this far with a deck that many might put like all the way at the bottom of Rogue tier. But yeah, so this is what I did. So I lost my coin toss a lot, so I tried to put some going second cards. So I threw in a Kurikara in there, and I threw back the Lubellion in there just to kind of add a little more consistencies with the Bestials, and we're trying to get Brandy Regain. And then the Super Polys, I kept it at 3 because this was just amazing for me. Super Poly was really amazing during this climb. And yeah, other than that, not much changed. I removed the Vampire Scarlet Scourge, so you might see it in a game or two where I had it in my hand, but ultimately I removed it. So I removed, where he at? I removed Scarlet Scourge, and I also removed Vampire Vamp. Where's she at? Yeah. So I removed these 2 cards just because they were not really coming up as much as I wanted to. So I felt like to keep the deck as consistently as I want it to be, I just did a couple changes. So yeah, but overall, again, I feel like we did pretty good, man. To get all the way to Diamond 3 with Vampires, I feel it's a great accomplishment. Maybe, I don't know, I will try it again next season, but for now I feel really burnt. But other than that, let's just get right into the replays. Alright my people, so let's get right into the replay, and here we're gonna go up against Labrynth. And Labrynth was one of those decks that I faced so much during this climb. Like, Labrynth has become everyone's favorite deck, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna ask the Pot of Extravagance just because, you know, we don't want them searching for any more cards. Alright, and then he's gonna set 3, and he's gonna set his Lord of Heavenly Prison, so his back row is protected from Harpy's Feather Dust and stuff like that. Which, speaking of the devil, I drew into Harpy's Feather Duster. So I'm going to skip my battle phase, activate the Evenly Match. He's going to activate Terrors, and he's also going to activate the Big Welcome Labyrinth. Alright, so he gets rid of my Evenly, he puts the Ash Blossom. And then he's going to special summon the lady and then put it back in her his deck. So that he can re-special summon her. And again, a lot of my replays, you're going to see that I chose these replays because my hand, I felt, was like kind of trash. And I felt that the best way to showcase a deck is when your hands are kind of trash and when things are not working out for you. But anyway, so here he activates even Infinite Impermanence, trying to negate my Fraulein so that it can trigger his lady so that he can get a trap onto the field. But now, because he flipped this open, this is not considered to be a set card. Now, this card is targetable, so I'm going to negate it with the Infinite Impermanence, which is also going to negate his Infinite Impermanence as well. Okay, so he's going to set a Big Welcome Labyrinth. Alright, so now if he tries to attack into any of my monsters, I can activate Fraulein, so I can protect myself. Alright, we join to Lubellion, so we activate Lubellion, and we're going to search for our Magnum Hut. Then we're going to activate Vampire's Domain, and I'm just trying to bait. Alright. So he's going to activate the trap, he's going to activate his lady. He's going to set down an Ice Dragon Prison. And then he's going to special summon the lovely lady. So here, I don't want my Harpy's Feather Duster to get popped. So here, I'm going to now activate the Magnum Hut to use it as bait. So to see if he'll prefer to pop a card on my field instead of a card on my hand. Alright, so we special summon the Magnum Hut. Dang, she's gonna pop it with the Lovely. So now I can activate Harpy's Feather Duster and get rid of his back row. And now we can cook. So here, I'm going to boost my attack. And then since Ash Blossom is a zombie, I can activate Fraulein again. So boosting the Ash Blossom. So now I got rid of both of his monster. And then Fraulein's second effect, I can steal a monster that she destroyed. So I steal her Lovely, activate the Lovely, getting back my Infinite Impermanence. Then with these two monsters, I'm going to make a Dark. And then with the Dark, I can steal his Lady. And then with his two monsters, I'm going to go into my Vampire, Zombie Vampire. Alright, then we're going to send back the Lovely. Mill 4 for each. I milled Retainer, so Retainer is now going to be able to search me for my Omni Negate Trap card. And I also milled Banshee, which is going to get me my Zombie World. So that's going to make everything Fiend. And then he has the Big Welcome in his graveyard. But for the Big Welcome to activate in the graveyard, he needs to have a Fiend monster on the field. So that's going to shut it off. And I guess he realizes that and he quits. So yeah, that's Labrynth. Alright, let's keep it moving. Alright, my people, welcome to our next replay. And in this one, if I remember correctly, we're going to go up against Spright. Yep, we're going to go against Spright. And we're going to go second. And our hand is okay, not the best, but yeah. So he's going to activate the Sprint. I'm going to hit it with the Infinite Impermanence because I don't want him to send the Angler, because then the Angler is going to allow him to further extend, and you already know. Okay, then he's going to activate the Druid Swarm, banishing his own monster to special summon it, and then it's back to us. Alright, so here we're going to set Brand the Regain, normal summon Banshee, get rid of his Sprint. And then we're just going to set Super Poly and Infinite Impermanence. Unfortunately, that's all we can do. Alright, and he's going to go into his Spright Elf. And here, because I have a bunch of back rows, I'm guessing he went into the Carrot. But Super Poly doesn't care about any of that, bro. So the Carrot cannot negate the Super Poly. So we activate Super Poly and we go into Garura. Alright, then he's going to hit me with the Evenly Match. I'm going to banish Banshee. And the reason why I banished Banshee is, I don't know why. I thought that maybe the Brand Regain would trigger because a monster was banished, but that's not the case. So we keep Garura because when she attacks, it's going to be a 3000 beat stick. And also when it gets sent to the graveyard, I can draw a card. So we smack him for 3000, smack him for 1500. And then with these two monsters, we're going to make a Dark. And then the Garura is going to allow me to draw a card. Alright, and then I'm going to steal his Druid Swarm. And now he's kind of fucked. He needs like a starter or something to play the game. And unfortunately, he doesn't have anything. So, that's Spright. Alright, let's keep it moving. Alright, everybody. Here we are with another replay going against, yet again, Labrynth. Like, I don't know what's going on with everybody running Labrynth now. Like, I didn't see a whole lot of Telements during this whole climb. It's been mainly Labrynth and like a couple of Dragon Links here and there, and a lot of also Traptrix. But yeah, anyway, he's gonna activate the Big Welcome. I'm gonna activate Maxi. Okay, he's gonna special summon the Lady, sending it back to the hand. Then the Chandelier is gonna activate, the Lady's gonna activate. Alright, then we draw into a Zombie World. Alright, then it's back to us. Alright, so we just try to do our vampire combos as best as we can. So now he's gonna activate Maxi, but we got the Ash Blossom. Alright, so we negate that. Okay, so we special summon Familiar. Familiar is going to search for nothing because my man is going to hit me with Skill Drain. So the last Labrynth guy is going to hit me with Rivalry. This one is going to hit me with Skill Drain. But it's alright, we're going to play right through that. So we make a Masquerina. And then with the Masquerina, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to special summon the Magnum Hut. And now we got 5 monsters. So with 5, we're going to go into our Underworld Goddess. Play right through that Skill Drain. Then we're going to smack him for 3,000. And we're going to pass turn. Alright, then he's going to set a Welcome Labrynth. And it's back to us. Alright, we draw into Evenly Match. He's going to activate the Welcome Labrynth. He's going to special summon the Lovely. But Skill Drain is up on the field, so she cannot activate. And then it cannot attack over my Underworld Goddess. So we're just going to smack Shorty in the face. Sorry about that. But it's all good because my Underworld Goddess is a girl, so it's a nice cat fight. It's a nice cat fight, you know. It's all good. Wow. Alright, yo. Here we are going to go up against Dragon Link, if I remember correctly. And this time we have a pretty decent hand, and we're going first. Yay! So we normal summon Ghost. We're going to send the Familiar to the graveyard, and he's going to hit us with the Maxi. Maxi has just been everywhere during this climb too. Just everybody's running Maxi. So anyways, we activate Returner, sending the Sorcerer to the graveyard so that we can get our Omni Negate trap card. And then we're going to set Super Poly and set our trap card and pass turn. He's going to activate the Bestial Rebellion. I am going to negate that. Alright, so we body the Rebellion. Then he's going to normal summon the Safer. Safer is going to get him the Black Dragon Collapser Dragon, whatever that is called, yeah. Then he's going to activate the Safer, targeting the Rebellion. Then he's going to activate Quick Launch, special summoning the Rocket Tracer. Rocket Tracer is going to let him go into the Striker Dragon. And then the Striker Dragon is going to search for his Boot Sector Launch. Yep, typical Dragon Link stuff. Then with this, he's going to be able to special summon a Rocket Tracer. Then the Rocket Tracer is going to pop the Field Spell. And when he pops the Field Spell, he's able to special summon a Rocket Monster. And here right though is the great time to Super Poly because he already used up his normal summon. And he has nothing in the graveyard that can allow him to further extend. So I thought now would be the best time to Super Poly. So I used 2 of his Dark Monsters to make our Starving Venom Dragon Fusion Dragon. And my guess was correct, so we were able to put a stop to him. Okay, we draw into Void. Now with these 2 monsters, we go into Dark. Okay, then Dark is going to allow us to steal a Dark monster. He's going to activate Branded Beast, but he doesn't have any Bestial monsters on the field, so I guess that was kind of like a bait. Then we're going to activate Sorcerer in the graveyard. Since we didn't normal summon, we can now normal summon Void without having to pay tribute. Then stealing his 2 monsters, we're going to make Dampier. Alright, then Dampier is going to allow me to get rid of a card from his field. And that's all he wrote. He don't want the smoke, so he's just going to quit. Alright. Vampires, bro. Alright, my people. How y'all doing, man? Hope everything is good. Alright, in this replay, we're going to go up against Labrynth again. And we're going to go second. He's going to activate the Field Spell, activate Lady Labrynth, special summoning herself. He's going to set 2 cards and pass. Alright. Okay, we're going to normal summon Ghost, sending the Familiar to the graveyard, getting ourselves the Sorcerer, and then sending Retainer to the graveyard. Activating Retainer by discarding the Familiar. Retainer is going to search for our Omni Negate trap card. Then we're going to activate Familiar, sending Sorcerer to the graveyard so that we can search for a Vampire monster. And then in this case, since I don't have Zombie World on the field, I search for Crawl Line. Alright, and then with these 2 monsters, we're going to make a Vampire Sucker. Okay, and then here, remember guys, when you do this combo, I always try to remember, always activate Sorcerer first, and then remember the game is going to ask you, do you want to chain link Vampire Ghost? Remember, hit no, do not chain link. After Sorcerer resolves, then you want to manually activate Ghost in the graveyard, otherwise you're going to mess up this little combo. Okay, so we normal summon Fraulein. He's going to activate the compulsory evacuations, whatever. And the reason why I wanted it to normal summon Fraulein is because I wanted it to attack this monster with Fraulein so that I can steal it at the end of the battle step. So that's why I normal summoned her. Okay, then he's going to get the Labrynth. Alright, then the field spell is going to allow him to special summon a monster from the graveyard. So I'm going to activate the Maxi so I can draw one. Okay, so we draw into Vampire's Desire. Now during the battle phase, Fraulein can special summon herself so we can give our zombie monster a damage boost. So we can clear his field. Alright, and then with these two monsters, I'm going to make an IP Masquerina. And then with the IP Masquerina, we're going to make my newly added Avermax. So I replaced the Ashes Cold Talker with Avermax because I felt Ashes Cold Talker, I wasn't making him as much as I wanted to. So instead I went with the Avermax just for protection and all of that. Okay, so he's going to activate the Welcome Labrynth, but I have the Ash Blossom, so I'm going to negate that. Alright, then he's just going to set one and pass. Alright, then we draw into Ghost. Normal summon Ghost, send Desire to the graveyard, search for Void. Then set the Retainer to the graveyard, activate Retainer, sending the Ghost to the graveyard, getting ourselves a domain. Activate the domain just so that we can gain some life points. And then also for follow-up. Okay, he's going to activate Dimensional Fissure. He's going to declare XYZ. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, then he's going to activate the Metaverse. Then he's going to activate the Lady Labrynth, trying to get himself a trap card from his deck, but I'm going to negate that. And again, because the Metaverse was flipped open, it's not considered to be a set card. So the lady is now targetable. Okay, then he's going to get another field spell. Alright, it's back to him. Okay, he's going to go into defense. Alright, we draw 1 for 1. Okay, I'm going to send the domain to the graveyard. He's going to activate Maxi, but I'm going to negate that. I'm not going to take any chances. Alright, and then he's going to quit. So what I was going to do here is I was going to special summon the Familiar. And then because I didn't use my normal summon, then I was going to tribute the Familiar and the Doggy to normal summon Void, steal 2 of his monsters, and you already know, combo from there. But yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now in this replay, we're gonna go up against Traptrix, and I thought this was just hilarious, bro. I wanted to show this replay because my opponent, bro, he just gonna reevaluate his whole life. So I'm gonna activate 1 for 1, send discard in the Ghost so I can special summon the Familiar. He's going to hit me with the Maxi, and with this deck, I never take the Maxi challenge. So I'm just going to search for my Retainer and pass, because yeah, taking the Maxi challenge, I don't think so. Okay, so he's going to activate his field spell, and he's going to normal summon the Murmello, getting himself a Grave Digger's Trap Hole. Then he's going to go into the Sarah. Then he's going to activate the Parallel Exceed, and here I hit him with the Maxi. Now, unlike me, my opponent is going to say, screw that shit, I'm taking the Maxi challenge. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because he's just going to, in my opinion, I think he overextended. I feel like maybe he definitely should have won this game, spoiler alert. But maybe he got a little too cocky and a little too overconfident, and he overextended way too much. And then that cost him the game. So if you're going to take the Maxi challenge, like, I feel like your goal should be to get whatever you need to get as quickly as possible and then just OTK. So here I feel like he already had more than enough damage, right, to OTK me, but Unlucky for him, he overextended too much, so I was able to draw into Fraulein. So now Fraulein is just going to be my protector. Look at that. Thank you, Fraulein, bro. Thank you. She just took all of that like a champ. And now my opponent is fucked because I'm going to make him regret ever taking that maxi challenge. Alright, so he's going to banish my Fraulein. And then he's just going to activate all of this. This Pinguila, whatever that thing is called, he was going to try to suck up my Fraulein. And I don't want him to do that. Because his other monster effect has an effect that also during the next standby phase, your opponent can special summon one of their banished monsters. So thanks to his card, I'm able to bring back my Fraulein. So that's why I super poly that target away, because I don't want him to steal it and use it as material. Alright, so now we got Brand Regain. We're going to activate Foolish Burial, send in the Banshee. The Banshee is going to get us our Zombie World, which is going to turn everything into zombies, which can really mess up this deck sometimes. Alright, then we're going to get the Druid Swarm, normal summon the Ghost. Using these two monsters, we're going to make Vampire Sucker. And then the Druid Swarm, since it left the field, I can now target one of his monsters and send it to the graveyard. So I'm going to get rid of the Oedipus. Then I'm going to activate Super Poly again, discarding the Mizuki. Then using two of his monsters, we're going to go into the Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon. Okay, he's going to activate Ice Dragon Prison, and I really don't care. Alright. So now because a zombie monster was a special summon, Fraulein can draw me another card. And then because a dark monster was a special summon, I can special summon back a bestial monster from my graveyard. So this is what I meant. Like, if you're gonna take the maxi challenge, bro, like, just do it quickly and get it over with. Alright. So now we can tribute his monsters. Special summon, normal summon Void, and now we smack him for a game. So, Kassen, yeah. I know you contemplating right now, like, man, that maxi challenge, bro. I don't know if I should have done that, man. Now I got a black eye, man. The doctor said I can't see straight for 3 days. Man. Alright, guys. Welcome to the next replay. And I think this might be the last one. So I think here we're going to go up against Traptrix. And my hand is pretty trash. So we're just going to set Banshee and hope for the best. Okay, yep. He's going to normal summon Murmello. I'm going to activate the Ash, negating that. Alright, then he's going to smack my Banshee. Then he's going to go into the Sarah. Alright, then I'm going to activate Banshee, getting my Zombie World out onto the field. He's going to set 2. Alright, then we normal summon Familiar, go into Linkaribo. And then now with the Familiar in the graveyard, I can activate its effect, send in the Doggy to the graveyard, but he's going to have the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. And since it was negated, I'm just going to banish it with the Magnum Hunt so I can special summon the Bestial. Alright, then I can activate the Magnum Hunt effect. Then the Sarah is going to activate. Okay, he's going to normal summon another Murmello. Then he's going to get rid of my Zombie World. Then he's going to set another Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Okay, then I activate the Retainer, send in the Scarlet Scourge. He's going to hit me with the Infinite Permanence. Alright, and then with these 3 monsters, we're going to make our Vampire Fascinator. Okay, then Fascinator is going to allow me to steal one of his monsters from the graveyard. And then using his own monster, I'm going to pop his own trap card. And then I'm going to tribute my own Fascinator to steal his other monster. So we can make the Zombie Vampire. Alright, then we're going to discard 1, mill 4 for each. Alright, then we're going to special summon Fraulein. Alright, then we're going to kill the Sarah, and we're going to smack him for 3,000. And then that's all we wrote. Then we're gonna activate the Magnum Hunt activates so we can search the Druid Swarm. Alright, he's gonna get the Dionea, special summoning the Murmello. The Murmello is gonna activate, trying to pop a Spell of Trap, but I don't have any Spell of Traps. Then he's gonna go into his second Zera. Okay, the Holotea is going to banish itself so he can special summon another Traptrix monster. Then the Zera is gonna activate, setting another Holotea. Then with these two monsters, he's gonna make a Calaria, not sure. Alright, then he's gonna go into the Oedipus. And then here, I'm not sure what he was trying to do. I haven't really delved into the Traptrix deck. I always wanted it to play this deck. So, I don't know, maybe I will play with it in the next season. But, yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do. But we get the Druid Swarm onto the field, and he's just gonna decide to quit. But, alright, let's keep it moving. Hello everyone, welcome back. And here we're going to go up against Labrynth once again. And once again, our hand is kind of shitty. But the way I like to think it is, if we're able to win with a shitty hand, then maybe our deck is not that bad. Or is it? I don't know. Y'all be the judge of that. Alright, he's going to activate that Ku Klux. I'm going to hit it with the Call by the Grave because he set 2 back rows, so I don't want him to start popping off. Alright, so he smacks me for 1500 and that's all he wrote. Alright, then we draw into another brick. So we just set Super Poly. He's going to activate the Big Welcome. I'm going to hit him with the Maxi. Alright, he's going to special summon the Lovely Lady. Alright, I'm going to draw into a Triple Tactics Talent. He's going to activate the Lovely, which would have popped a card. Alright, so it's back to him. Alright, then she can set another trap from the graveyard. Then he's going to smack me for 2900 and smack me for 1500. Then he's going to activate the other Ku Klux. And he's going to activate the Big Welcome, getting himself the Lady. Then the Lovely is going to activate. But here I'm going to activate my Super Polys, discarding my Void. And then fusing with both of his monsters, we're going to make the Garura. And here I make Garura instead of the Starving Venom Dragon is because if the Garura gets sent to the graveyard, then, you know, I can draw a card. And since my hand is kind of shitty, I really need to draw some cards. Then he's going to hit me with Rivalry, bro. Crazy. Which actually, guys, like, Rivalry with Zombie World can shut down a lot of decks. So, like, if you guys like playing Floodgates, then Rivalry is probably the best Floodgate to run with Zombie World. But I'm not a big fan of running Floodgates, so I don't really do it a lot. Alright, so we draw into the Lubellion. Activate the Lubellion, discarding itself so we can search for the Magnum Hut. Okay, then he's going to activate the Big Welcome. I'm going to Ash that. Alright, and then with the Garura, we're going to attack, but he has a freaking Ash Blossom. Okay, then I'm going to normal summon the Druid Swarm by tributing the Garura, and then I draw into a Harpy's Feather Duster, bro. Like, I can't believe I top decked Harpy Feather Duster. So now I can pop off, and my man is gonna quit. What's up, everybody? Now, here's a little bonus game I wanted to show you guys. It's not vampires. This is actually the agent. And I wanted to show it just in case if any of you guys are interested in seeing more of this deck. But I'm gonna normal summon Diviner. I'm thinking, like, I wanted it to play this deck for quite some time, and I kind of build it, so I just wanted to show it real quick. Maybe I can make some more videos if you guys are interested. But with this deck, I think I was going up against Tillaments. So I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. It's a little bonus game I wanted to show you guys. Alright, so we get this we can search for 2 fairy monsters. Then since I don't have a fairy monster on the field, I can special summon this card from the hand. Okay, then I can search for the Sanctuary in the sky. When with these 2 monsters, I can make a Master Flare Hyperion. Now this card, I can discard a fairy monster and then I can copy its effect. So I discard the Link 3 Celestial Night Lord, and then I get me this card right here. Now this card right here is just funny, bro. So if you have exactly 4 fairy monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. If summoned this way, you can target a fairy monster in your graveyard, and then you can add it to your hand, and then neither player can special summon monsters. So it just becomes a floodgate. And I don't know, I thought this was just hilarious, because we're going to go up against Tillermans, and I was just having fun, bro. Like, so he's gonna go activate everything, the screen, the Foolish Burial, the Kelbeck, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever, go ahead, do what you want to do, boy. You're gonna get the Rhino Heart, the Rhino's gonna normal summon, Sulik is gonna activate, I mean the screen is gonna activate, the Gito's gonna activate, everything is gonna activate. And then he's just gonna quit. Because he can't special summon nothing, bro. Anyway, so this is just a little bonus game I wanted to show. If you guys are interested in agents, I can maybe make some more videos on this deck. It's a really fun deck. But yeah, let's just go into the vampire deck list. Alright, my people, welcome to the deck list. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you all so much for sticking around with me. And if you enjoy the part 2 of our little road to masters, then consider giving this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoy the content overall, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? It will help the channel out and I will thank you immensely. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we have 3 Vampire Familiar. So as you already know, this is going to be our Vampire Searcher. Then we have 1 Kurikara. Because I lose a lot of my coin toss, so whenever I go second, if our opponent activates a bunch of monsters, we can tribute them all away with this card. And then she gets a nice damage boost as well, so sometimes you can OTK with this card. And then we have 2 Maxi, because everybody and their mother and grandmother and grandfather, great daughter, everybody's just running this damn card. 2 Vampire's Retainer, 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Vampire Ghost, this is your combo starter. Then we have 1 Mizuki, 1 Vampire Sorcerer, 1 Banshee, 1 Fraulein. And then for the bestials, we have 1 Magnum Hud, 1 Druid's Worm, 1 Baldrake, and 1 Lubellion. And then we got Void. And then we have Harpy's Feather Dusters for the back row decks. Then we got Foolish Burial to send Banshee to the graveyard so that we can get our Zombie World. And if we don't need Zombie World, then we can use Foolish Burial to send either the Familiar, the Retainer, or the Sorcerer to the graveyard. Then we have 1 for 1 as an extender so that we can special summon the Familiar. And then the Vampire's Desire. This is kind of like a Monster Reborn for vampires. But also if we need to get one of these cards into the graveyard, we can also send it with these cards. Then we have 1 Triple Tactics Talent for going second. 2 Zombie Worlds. And then we have Vampire's Domain. This kind of gives you like 2 normal summon in 1 turn, so it's a good extender. Also, if you don't have any cards to discard, you can discard this card from your field and stuff like that as well, so it can help also extend plays. Then we have Branded Regain to sort of draw cards and all of that stuff. Then we have Super Poly as our main board breaker. Then we have 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Evenly Matched, 2 Infinite Impermanence, and we have 1 Omni Negate trap card. And then for the Super Poly targets, we have 1 Garura, 1 Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon, 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Predaplant Drago Stapelia. And then for our vampires, we have Vampire, we have 1 Zombie Vampire, we have 1 Vampire Sucker. And then we have Linkaribo as a sort of an extender if we need to get Familiar into the graveyard. Then we got IP Masquerena to go into the Avermax plays. We have 1 Dark the Dark Charmer. This card is clutch, helped me out so much. Then we have 1 Nightmare Unicorn to spin stuff back around. Then we got 1 Fascinator. And then we got Avermax. So I replaced the Access Cold Talker with this card right here because I wasn't really making Access Cold Talker as consistently. And I felt the Crusadia is a great card. You know, it can protect you if we need to stall a little bit and stuff like that. And then we got the Beast, Yuki Onna. And then we got the Underworld Goddess to kind of get over towers or unaffected cards like the Black Wayne full armor guy. But yeah, so that's the deck. Unfortunately, we came close to Masters, but yeah, you know, what can we do? It's vampires, bro. It's really tough. It's challenging, but it felt great playing, you know, this deck. I can never retire it, so I will definitely try again next season. Hopefully I can make it to Masters, or let's see what the game has to offer. But yeah, other than that, thank you all so much for riding with me. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon. This is Kiwami Games. Peace out.